Welcome back, everyone. Last episode we made preparations for summoning the undead. This episode, that's exactly what we're going to do. First, we'll summon a spectre. Wormwood, wool of bat, graveyard dust. Can do. So, to do this, we come here to the brazier. We click on it with the 3 ingredients. Wormwood, wool of bat, graveyard dust. Then we light it with our flint and steel. And eventually the brazier will burn out, and the undead we've summoned will appear. So, as you can see, I've made a couple of safari nets. I have no idea whether these will actually work. Oh. Nope, they will not. So as you can see, it's kind of transparent. Ahaha. But we have a spectre. Cool. Now, I understand why you wouldn't be able to use the safari nets on them. Put these away. And that is because there is a mechanism for capturing them within Witchery. And that is the spectral stones. So to use the spectral stones, we'll need to do a ritual where we can bind up to 3 spectral creatures of the same type into a stone. We need a stone, dust, and a bowline. We can do that. I have some spectral dust, I have spectral stones, I have my bowline, and because we put the corporeal attractor down there, he is stuck fast in the center of our ritual circle. Super convenient. And because I'm wearing the necromancer robes, he's chosen not to attack me. But as I said, we can store up to 3 of these guys in a single spectral stone. So why don't we summon another? Now, what we will have to be wary of, I was hoping that the range on this corporeal attractor would be large enough that no matter where they spawned, they'd get sucked in, but I suppose I should have known that that wasn't the case, given that my cat familiar is not being sucked in. Oh, that one did get sucked in eventually, though. Well, immediately, actually. But I think what I should do, because of that, though, is move the brazier. Maybe right here. For now. I can always move it away again. And will, probably, once we need to do certain rituals. But this will ensure, I think, that all of the undead I summon end up in my circle. Okay, so let's get one more spectre. Now the other thing that might happen here has a lowish chance of occurring, but definitely real chance is that we will get a poltergeist instead. And poltergeists are another form of undead that we will eventually need. I believe they are even more invisible than these specters, and can cause all sort of havoc in your world. But okay, so we've got 3 specters. Let's do this ritual. If we can. The issue here, as I feared, is that I can't actually hit the rune while the specters are being attracted to it like that. Huh. You know, I recognized that this could be a problem and completely ignored it. Oh. Here's what I'm going to do about it. Okay. So I am going to move the corporeal attractor, oops, 1 block over. But, oh, of course. First, I want to make sure that my specters are not going to completely escape when I do. Oh, you're not going to cooperate, are you? Okay, that's fine. Grab a bit of extra dirt. That's okay. It's where they will eventually end up anyway. So, let's do this. If we now move the lever, and the corporeal attractor, they should now be pulled a little bit to the side, which will mean that we will not have to worry about them blocking our view of the thingamabobber. Yes, I'm being very articulate tonight. Thank you for noticing. Not sure what's up. Just kind of tired, I guess. Sorry about that. My thrilling commentary, I guess, is not so thrilling for the moment. But anyway, we're doing exciting stuff. So, come on, Minecraft. I don't have to carry this all the time, do I? Okay. So, now what we've got is the 3 specters precisely where we want them. And we can actually do the ritual. Cool. So now we have a spectral stone with 3 specters in it. So that was pretty easy. Specters didn't attack us, didn't do anything against us. Which is a definite plus. I'm just going to quickly switch gear so that I get fed, because you'll recall it is my helmet that keeps me from ever having to eat. Okay. Now, let's see if we can do the same sort of thing with a banshee. I believe banshees are more dangerous. Their cry does damage. We will see if they make that cry while I am wearing my robe. If they don't make it, then I'll be fine. Otherwise, well, maybe I'll have to change back to my blood magic armor. So, there is a banshee. Hello, banshee. Oh, yep, that hurt. Oh, but it didn't actually hurt because we are wearing our bark belt. Kind of okay with that. So, I need to get 3 of these banshees. Let's just see if any of them turn out to be poltergeists. In which case, it's actually going to complicate things because I want to bind 3 at a time to these spectral stones. It won't be that bad. Ultimately, though, I will need 5 poltergeists to summon Death. That's right, Death himself. That's my plan. Because I'm not clever, apparently. Ooh, don't want to light that on fire. Just the brazier. Okay. So, that's going on. Now, I need a little bit more condensed fear, which should be somewhere around here. Let's see. Okay, and that requires brew of flowing spirit and oil of vitriol. Okay. Well. I'm going to use all but one of my brew of flowing spirit, which you'll recall can only be brewed in the spirit world. Huh, okay. So I've got my banshees, and I don't think I got any poltergeists. Interesting. Either way, though, oof. Now I just have to right-click that Well, they're dangerous. They just got rid of all, no, not all, most of my bark belt armor. I'm actually glad I chose to put that on. I originally was walking around in just the necromancer robe. Having that armor seems to have really done the trick to prevent them from harming me too much. So that's cool. Okay, I made a bunch of these brews of revealing. Because as I said, poltergeists can be invisible, but even if they were, I would expect them to be right here. You know, I really just don't think one is here. I'm not going to waste one of my brews if I really don't believe one is there. So I can summon Spectre, Banshee. Yeah, there really is no way to just summon a poltergeist as far as I can tell. Which is too bad. So I am going to summon. I'm actually going to need a bit more of the graveyard dust. Oh, and for that I'll need a little bit more Mutandis. Okay, so 2, 3, 4 graveyard dust, and this will be enough to get all of the specters and banshees that I'm going to need. Assuming, of course, that I don't get any poltergeists along the way, although that will actually be inconvenient because getting poltergeists is another thing I'll need to do. I suppose if I don't get enough poltergeists, I'll just summon extra specters until I finally do get enough poltergeists. As I said, I'll need 5 of each undead, and I'll come back if I see a poltergeist, or once I don't know, have to take more drastic, excuse me, drastic measures. See you soon. Okay, this one is an Infernal Mobs Banshee, a rare webbing Banshee of Transfusion with Blastoff, Weber, and Lifesteal. And I am really hoping that it doesn't activate any of those abilities while I bind it, because I don't think it's technically attacking me. I think it just, that scream just happens. Okay, awesome. I don't believe that data is stored in the Spectral Stone. I don't think I now have caught an awesome Banshee. I think it's just a regular Banshee, unfortunately. That's the problem with not being able to use a Safari Net. Okay, so I thought I'd show you that. I've now done all the summoning and binding I have to for Banshees and Specters. Let's see. No, I did not think so. We have not caught any poltergeists yet. Let's just check. Up here, I would think that I'd see on the minimap that they existed, if they did. And I don't believe they do. So, I am going to, I guess, summon specters and probably kill them. Hopefully that way I'll recover some of my spectral dust. And hopefully eventually get some poltergeists. And I will be back when I do. Okay, well, I burned through a lot of graveyard dust. Did not get a single poltergeist. So I did a little searching. on the internet. It's this awesome thing I found about. Anyway, and I've learned that there may be a secret summoning recipe for poltergeists. Wormwood, refined evil, focused will might summon a poltergeist. Let's see. We will need ultimately 5 of these guys, just as we have 5 of each of the other sorts of undead. And once we have them, we can summon Death himself. Which may or may not be an incredibly bad idea. We'll have to see. Oh, and look. We do in fact have a poltergeist, who I am just going to leave right there. We can tell where he is because of the, well, particle effects, but also the blue, I guess, spot produced by the corporeal attractor. Why don't we reveal him with a brew of revealing? What a handsome guy. Okay, I'm going to summon a few more of these and bind them to my spectral stones, and then I will be back to summon death. Wow. Well, I did it. I have all the reagents necessary for summoning death. Okay. Now, an important thing to note here is that I might not win this fight. I have my gear out. I've got my sharp stabby death, which should do fairly well. A potion flask for regeneration. I've got my ranged attack in the form of my blood wand. And I have a secret weapon set up in case it looks like I won't be able to win. I expect that my corporeal attractor will attract death to it, but he teleports around, so I also expect that it won't constantly be attracting him. My blood armor should protect me from the worst of his attacks, and I have my blood magic age loaded, so I should be constantly replenishing. I've got at least 2 death protection poppets ready and going. Plus, on my armor I've got last stand, meaning even after I lose all my hearts, he'll start taking levels away from me. Speaking of which, let's grab a couple more of those. Good. Level 50. Okay. For doing the actual ritual, I'll need to activate my armor inhibitor. But after the ritual is completed, I should be able to turn my armor back on. So, here's how you use spectral stones. Just right-click, and out come the mobs. Now I believe they're loyal to me during this procedure, which is nice. Hopefully it means the banshees won't scream at me, although I'm not certain of that. Ooh, and at least one of them ended up okay, so they do scream at me still. That's fine. Let's get the armor inhibitor ready. Toss the rest of the necessary reagents in. Okay. Cool. Now, there he is, the man himself. Death of the sharp, stabbity variety. Well, I guess he's probably not the sharp, stabbity variety. The issue here is that he regenerates health. So, ultimately what I would like is for him to be, yes, in here. But he likes to go out of here. Ugh. Okay, his teleporting around is bothering me. If he would stand and fight me, I think I could win. But I suppose that would not be a very challenging fight. Wow. So this fight would be much nicer on a large open plain. Okay, now where did he go? Oh, there he is. So this is probably a better place for this fight, actually. Although now I don't know where he went again. Okay, so he's bothering me now. Let's see if my son of a gun. Come on. Come on, up here. There you go. He may be getting the better of me, though I'm not entirely certain of that. Come on, death. Fight like a, I don't know, incarnation of natural processes. Ugh. These long pauses are what worry me. The more time he has to regenerate, the worse it is. And at least when I hit him intermittently, it renews the wither effect I put on him. Okay. Come on, death. The thing I would normally do here would be to turn off my force field. But then I would fall down and there'd be a lot of void fog to deal with. Holy cow. So, he did get me down to the point where if I didn't have the last stand enchant, I would have died. Which is good on him. But he's got less than half health himself. So, provided he doesn't get a super long break to regenerate, we'll get him eventually. The wither effect that I produce because of advanced genetics seems to be holding his regen mostly in check, or at least partially in check. So that's good. And it looks like when I teleport above like that, he has a pretty good chance of teleporting up himself to chase me. So annoying, though. He should prefer to stay on the same Z level as his opponent, I think. Oh, come here, you old skeleton guy. This is the culmination of everything we've done in Witchery so far. We've needed every little bit of the stuff we've got, or stuff we got from the spirit world, or almost every little bit. Come, friend, fear not yourself, for I am the bringer of double death. Death to death. It's called double death. I've decided. Arbitrarily. Oh, come on. Ugh, what a hassle. You know, you go to all the trouble of summoning death himself, and then he doesn't want to just roll over and die. Yeah. Did it. And what did we get out of the deal? A random enchantment. Death's footwear, which allows us to walk on water. And a skull. Cool. I was kind of hoping that you got the full set of death gear, because there is a set bonus. If you have it all, when someone summons death, if you're wearing that suit, they get you instead, which is pretty cool. Oh well. Death's footwear lets us walk on water. Let's try it out. Yeah, cool. We could already do that, kind of, but now we can do it even if we're holding still. If we take the footwear off, we will sink. That's kind of neat. Can we jump? No. That's too bad. Well, that was fun. Not quite as productive as I had hoped, but fun. Okay. Probably off camera I think I want to try and get the rest of this set, so I'll probably do a lot more death killing off camera. Yeah, that took some effort. That took some doing, but I think I can replicate it. After all, rain stopper is working, I assume. It also looks like it's exploding, so I guess I'm not certain of that. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. We have a little more Witchery to explore next episode, where we will get into demonism. And I guess this is a good time to let you guys know that soon the server will be upgrading. So I'm currently running Test Pack Please Ignore for Minecraft version 1.6.4. There are some 1.7 mod packs out, and I think in 2 or 3 weeks the server is going to upgrade to one of those mod packs. We haven't quite decided which yet. But what this means, unfortunately, is that the current world will be no more. It will be reset. So what we're doing now, we're going to finish up with Witchery and maybe tackle 1 or 2 more projects. And then that'll be it for this server. We'll probably have a little bit of an event. I know GI Elijah is eager to see what kinds of an assault he can make against our base with no holds barred. He's told me that he can now automate the production of nukes, so I expect we're going to get nuked. Anyway, I've got a couple plans, a few things I'm prepping to see whether I can deter him when he attempts that strategy. So we'll see how that works out. But I just thought I'd let you guys know. Probably I'll have a brief gap between updates. With the holidays, I'll be traveling some, so I won't necessarily be able to update as much as I like to. But after that, the server will start anew. If you're interested in joining, let me know. And obviously, when that actual server launches, I'll probably start a new series. So yeah, we're in kind of the final days of this Test Pack Please Ignore series. And for those of you who are interested, I'll also offer a world download for this server before the nukes. So if you want, you can tool around in the world and, actually play in or at least look at the builds that I've made here. Okay. That'll be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.